Hello, how's everybody doing today? My name is Content Analysis 2750. My puppy dog is my profile picture. I want to thank all the viewers who have been viewing my videos. Um, my views has been going up. Thank you very much for your support. I'm starting to get comments. The like button hasn't been hit, so I would like y'all to hit the like button or the dislike button, whichever one you prefer. And I would like y'all to continue to support and subscribe to my channel. Content Analysis 2750. My puppy dog is my profile picture. Um, every time I do a video, I'm going to put up a quote to start the video in hopes that the quote that I put up will help you in your daily lives. Today's quote to go with my video is, power focuses on self-preservation. Principle focuses on making ideas successful. Self-preservation is the first law in nature for the humankind, even for the animals. Self-preservation is everything. They have to preserve themselves. They have to stay away from the predators. They have to survive to feed their families, to raise their young. And nobody can really do that but yourself, because a lot of people don't care about what you're going through. They care about how you can help them. They don't care about what you're going through. Like you can tell somebody a whole bad thing that you're going through, and they still say, man, because you think you could still loan me that 50? Or you think you could still go with me over here? And principle focuses on making ideas successful. The street codes, the things like that. Like the idea of nobody should snitch, and the idea of we got to work together when you're not really working together. I live by principles. You know what I mean? You got morals, values, and principles. I got all of this other stuff. When the power focus on self-preservation, you get power by surviving through all things necessary. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because I want to talk to you about the Troy Ave Taxstone situation. Let's go. Now, in February of 2023, and even I made a video earlier asking, what Troy Ave was expected to testify, would Taxstone testify in his own trial. So, all hip hop put out notice or a writing February 16, 2023. Troy Ave expected to testify against Taxstone. Then on March 14, 2023, MSN.com News, they put out an article say, Troy Ave promised 1 year in prison for testifying against Taxstone. And 2 days ago, HipHopWired.com put out an article or whatever it was. Troy Ave testifies at Taxstone trial regarding Irving Plaza shooting. Troy Ave had one job and one job alone. That job was to make sure he gets the less time possible for his involvement in the shooting that took place at Irving Plaza resulting in Banger being murdered. Let's go. Now, Troy Ave, with regards to his involvement in the Urban Plaza situation, this is from hiphopdx.com. Troy Ave was allegedly arrested while still in the hospital, recovering from his leg injury, and charged with second-degree murder as well as criminal possession of a weapon. His charge was downgraded to attempted second-degree murder and 4 counts of criminal possession of a weapon, all of which are felonies. Let's go a little further here. A post shared by Troy Ave after the initial incident. Troy Ave was charged with attempted murder, but we know that was downgraded, and gun possession, and looked at 15 years in prison. So, Troy Ave was arrested as a result of what happened at Urban Plaza, and he was facing 15 years in prison. Even when the charges was downgraded, he still looked at the same time. So Troy Ave had one job in his mind, and one job only. And that job was for him to reduce that time that he was facing, because he was, let's look, he was on video. As you see here, Troy Ave in the Daily News was on video shooting a gun into a crowd. There's no refuting whatever charges that he had. So he had one job and one job only, and his job was to make sure that this video did not get him more than 10 years. So, because I do all of this because I don't want to be one of these guys that's up here thinking what shit should be, or thinking what this should be, or thinking what that should be. I'm going to go by what's already been researched by other people and what they say. And you want to refute that, you ain't got no big argument with me. You got a big argument with them, because I'm only giving my synopsis of what happened according to what I read. So Troy Ave was promised 1 year in prison. He wanted that 1 year. He knows and he knew that he could not get around the criminal charges filed against him due to the video showing him committing a criminal act. So he had one job and one job only, and that job was to get that 1 year in prison. And in order for them to get that 1 year, he had to testify against Taxstone. Troy Ave was on Math Hoffa, in my expert opinion. And he said that he sold drugs, he went to Connecticut, started moving drugs, started making the money. However, he never did no prison time. So you got somebody who never did no prison time, who found himself in a situation with a podcaster over words, who's tougher than who. I really didn't even get involved in researching what their situation was between each other. But we all know that the situation became so bad between each other that they decided they're going to have an on-site. When I see you, it's on and popping. We're going to get it done. We're going to get on our, I guess, the gangster shit. And it's either going to be you or me. And according to Troy Ave, when he went on his job to make some money, opening up for T.I. in Irving Plaza, which I'm sure he was getting paid for, Taxstone came, and Taxstone said, "What's popping?" in an aggressive manner, and there, everything happened, resulting in Banger being killed. So, as he was going to the hospital, they pulled over the vehicle he was in, and they found a gun that was used, resulting in Banger's murder. And it's at that point that Troy Ave realized that water was a little too hot for him, and he had to get himself out the situation. So he began to tell the truth about what happened. And some people say that's ratting, whatever the case may be. But power is in self-preservation. So he decided he's going to have his individual power. He's going to preserve himself. So he began to tell what happened. And in telling what happened, he told them, "Oh no, man, I know you caught me with the gun, but I took the gun from this guy, Taxstone, who came in shooting a gun and killed my bodyguard, Banger, and I took the gun and I tried to shoot him as he was running. The gun misfired, but I don't know how it misfired when you seen the flames there. And that's what happened. I responded in self-defense. I was not the aggressor. And it's at that point that the authorities begin to look and say, well, I don't know, man. We got a murder. This guy's shot. Maybe he's telling the truth. So let's send this to forensics and let's see what's going on. And when they send it to forensics, you grab the gun, you got the gun. So now if Taxstone had the gun and Troy Ave had the gun, if Taxstone had it first, his fingerprints is on it. Then Troy Ave gets the gun and his fingerprints is on top of Taxstone fingerprints. Maybe the overlapping of fingerprints creates a problem for forensics. So they knock the clip out. It's an automatic weapon. Knocks the clips out. When they knock the clip out, they got Taxstone DNA on the clip, loading the bullets. And a lot of times, criminals, even myself, we get those automatic guns, and We start out with the, man, I don't want my fingerprints on, I don't want my D on, so we start off with the gloves. And then after a while, you get tired of putting them gloves on to load that gun up. You done went in target practice, or you done went and shot some couple of clouds, you done went and shot a tree or something, and you got to load it up. You done keep discharging the bullets and, putting one in the head, taking it out. Now you got to put one back in the clip. You get tired of that glove shit. And Taxstone got tired of that glove shit and loaded that without gloves or anything. And his DNA came up on the gun. So then they charged Taxstone with bringing the gun to the venue. He pleads guilty to that. So there's no question that he brought the gun to the venue. Question becomes, how did Troy Ave get the gun? Now, Taxstone, I guess he's the podcaster. He's making money. He got these principles, these ideas that he's abiding by the street codes. He's not going to say anything. So he's not saying how Troy Ave got the gun. He's pleading guilty to say, yes, I brought the gun there. But that's all I'm saying. I guess that's how it goes. I don't know. I'm just putting this story together. So he pleads guilty to the gun. They charge him with murder. They drop down the charges on Troy Ave. And they tell Troy Ave, you will get 1 year in prison if you testify against Taxstone. Troy Ave says, I'm going to do it. And helping to support his self-preservation, Troy Ave goes on podcasts, and if they ask him about the story, he starts telling the story, and he starts saying, what happened? A hater came in, and that hater killed my friend, and that hater shot me, and I took the gun, and I shot the hater, and this, that, and the other. Is he wrong? Is he right? Self-preservation is the first law in nature for humankind and for animals too. Animals want to preserve themselves too. It's just living beings. Even a tree, even a plant. You see, when a plant needs sun, and you put them in the window, and the sun, you put them in the middle of the window, and the sun is on the right side, it will bend itself to get some sun on the right side. If it's in the middle and the sun is on the left side, it will bend itself to get some sun on the left side. So self-preservation is a factor in all living mechanism here on the planet Earth. So now Troy Ave has to find his power in self-preservation. And no matter what, because he's on that video, he's still facing prison time. Some girl got shot in her leg or something. Who shot her? So they could say he shot her. So you're still getting time. So, okay, we want this Taxstone guy. He already pled guilty to the thing. We got to close a case, a murder case. So you know what? You testify against him, we guarantee you 1 year in jail. And you get time served for the time you spent locked up trying to get bailed out. So Troy Ave had one job and one job only to get that year. And he satisfied the requirements to get that year. Now, a lot of people say, well, he's a rat this, he's a rat this. He's willing to accept that. And in the end, all y'all people out there talking about this ratting and this snitching shit, you're getting people involved in your organization, in your gang group, in your criminal activities, who have never been in prison before, who have never had the law come kick their mama door in looking for them, their cousin door in, because the United States Marshal is like Batman, man. They have no jurisdiction, man. They go wherever they go and find you, and they will find you, and they will squeeze you until you squeal. And a lot of these guys who haven't been through this criminal system in the prisons and all of that stuff like that, they're gonna squeal, man. Not all of them. A lot of them are going to squeal, because a lot of times the person who's bringing them into the group, he already been in prison. He can't get no job. He got multiple felonies. He bring them in prison. I got multiple felonies. I used to turn people into criminals. I don't do it no more, because I start realizing in the law that I could tell somebody to go do a shooting, and they could say, I told them to go do that shooting, and I could get more time than them because of my criminal history. So why even tell somebody to go shoot somebody for me? I go do that myself. So it should not be so, amazing to somebody. They're like, damn, man, Troy Ave snitched. Troy Ave has not been in no prison. Troy Ave stopped making money. Troy Ave was locked up and had to pay $500,000 bail that was not easy to get. Ain't no lot of people gonna pay no $500,000 bail to get out of jail. They're gonna sit there. Taxstone. Taxstone had a responsibility that only had two options: plead guilty or go to trial. When you locked up and you up there behind the wall and you talking to people and everything, and they already got their time and they doing what they doing, you hear a lot of them say, man, fuck that, man. If they offering me 20, I'm going to just go to trial, because I'm going to get the 20 anyway. And if I go to trial, they might make a mistake and I might get it overturned. I might get it thrown out, the conviction thrown out. And it does happen for some people, because the prosecution be overzealous to get this guy. The police be overzealous to close this case. So they make mistakes. And you can't get remedy for the mistakes if you plead guilty. So Taxstone had a responsibility that held two options: plead guilty or go to trial. You can't go to trial assuming that somebody who is a part of the event is not going to show up in court. You could not go to trial thinking Troy Ave was not going to show up in court. He told you he was going to show up in court when he got caught with the gun, and then you got charged with the gun. He didn't get charged with it. He got charged with it, using it as a result of taking it from you, according to him. And they believed him. So now, you figure it'd be nice, man. I got this guy, he got caught with the gun. You pled guilty to the guns, though, so you're saying it's part your gun, part his gun. There's no evidence of you killing anybody, but there's a whole video showing him shooting a gun and he got caught with the gun. So who is to not say that I came in the venue with the gun, I passed it to him, and all this shit happened? Is it plausible? Yes, it is. Is it something that could have happened? Yes, it is. Could a story like that create doubt in jurors' mind, especially old white people? Yes, it can. But let's see something here. So now, to add to your problems, Casanova 2 times, caught on wiretap, confirming Taxstone as a shooter. Casanova 2 times, caught on wiretap, snitching on Taxstone. This is what he said on the wiretap. Tax shot the club up. I don't know how street niggas talk too much. I don't know how street niggas are so comfortable that they gossip like girls and they talk too much. Why would Casanova be on a phone saying that Tax shot the club up? You get around drug dealer people and they say, man, don't be talking. You be saying, yo, man, what's up, man? As soon as you say you need something, they slam the phone on you. Then you go see them, man, don't be talking like that on the phone, man. You know them phones ain't safe. So if the phones ain't safe for selling drugs, why is it safe for talking about somebody shooting a place up? Don't make no sense to me. So now that's another nail in your coffin. Taxstone had one responsibility with 2 options. Take your responsibility and plead guilty to the crime you're charged with. Or take responsibility and go to trial. And he decided to go to trial. At this point in trial, I'll be trying to get a deal. I swear to God. Because he's finished. There's nothing that Taxstone could do right now to stop a guilty plea from coming. However, he can take one gambit. And he has one gambit on you. Take the stand. Take the stand. If Taxstone doesn't take the stand, he's a cold idiot. Because the object in going to trial is to plant doubt in the juror's mind. Is to make them question everything that they heard the prosecutors say. To give them something else to think about that is possible, that could have happened. You could stand on the principle of ideas, but power is self-preservation. Look, I didn't say this. Somebody put this up and it makes a whole lot of sense, man. I ain't so smart I came up with this shit right here. I'm not the smartest. I'm not the brightest light bulb, man. I didn't come up with this. Power focuses on self-preservation. Principle focus on making ideas successful. You want to make the idea of not ratting successful, and you sit back and let them go ahead and make their decision. If you want to exhibit your power, which focuses on self-preservation, then you would take that stand and you would refute what people are saying. You will come up with a story that put doubt in everybody. And oh yeah, Taxstone said that. I don't think he meant that. I don't think he didn't have all the things, because I called him after that when I heard that he said that, and I called him and I heard, nah, I didn't shoot the place up. Troy Ave shot the place up. He on video and everything. I gave him the gun, and all hell broke out when he got that gun. You're not willing to save yourself or try to save yourself when everybody's trying to take you down. You's a fucking idiot, man. I don't give a fuck about none of them principles. Them codes. That bullshit. That's nonsense. That's really nonsense. You heard Casanova. They had the article on Casanova. Nobody visited him. They're not going to visit you. They don't give a fuck about you. You better hope that girl stick around. Because a lot of dudes is not sticking around. And everybody's reckless. They're in a group and with a whole bunch of non-thinkers. What's your percentage of survival? Dudes talk too much. They don't know when to shut up. Even when you see dudes on the internet, on YouTube, they talk so much, man. They put the police right on point. And then they go and do what they said they're planning to do on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. Then they get caught and say somebody snitched on them. Somebody ratted on them. You ratted on yourself, big guy. You ratted on yourself, stupid. A bunch of dumb, gossiping grown men. A bunch of dumb, gossiping street dudes. Yo, bro, when you're active in the streets, you're not talking too much. Because the smart nigga gonna say, yo, why is you even talking about that, bro? Stop talking about that, bro. Fuck you keep talking about that for, bro? Yo, bro, don't talk about that no more, man. Fuck is you, the police? Taxstone is done. How much time he gonna get? I don't know. But he's done. Casanova did too much, run his mouth too much, all on the phone like he got some information. It's like you dumb motherfuckers thinking about this gang shit is all legal. Y'all talking about who the big homie is, who the shot caller is, why he calling shots over here, giving whole names. Y'all ain't even talking about it like, to let people try, who the fuck is he talking about? Y'all giving the names and everything, bro. Y'all niggas is loose. Y'all mouths is loose. Y'all got diarrhea in y'all mouth badder than a fuck. Y'all niggas need some of that pink shit. That shit that help you stop shitting. Because your mouth is full of diarrhea. Y'all talk too much, man. So even if the man, Taxstone, was going to try to defend himself against one Troy Ave and the jailbait guy, the drug dealer guy who testified against him. You got Taxstone, you got Casanova, running his mouth on a phone that's been tapped saying Taxstone shot up the club. Y'all gangsters. Y'all street niggas. Y'all bitches. Y'all like them women. Y'all talk too much, man. Not only do y'all talk too much, y'all call names too much. Y'all name callers, man. Troy Ave did what he felt he had to do for itself. Call him a rat, call him whatever. And I just was watching him on a podcast, and he said he's not going to be in the streets no more. That if he's in Dubai or Hollywood, Ramel ain't going to be there. He didn't say it like that, you know, I'm adding words in. But he's saying Ramel wouldn't be there. I mean, that broke street dude ain't going to be there. So he don't have no problems to worry about because right now he's on it. And how could you expect somebody in your group to be loyal to the group and think about focusing on making the group idea successful if you rob them, if you get them shot, if you go against them, when he think it's supposed to be a unified front with y'all? 6ix9ine said, why wouldn't I tell on Shotty though? They kidnapped me, they fucked my girl, they took my money. They was totally disloyal to me. They wasn't a group that really had my back. So I told on them. They shot Troy Ave. Look, I ain't making this shit up. I don't got time to make nothing up with you it is. Y'all put this up. Now y'all shit on Casanova because y'all put this up and say, Cas caught on wiretap snitching on Taxstone. How can you say that? Cas just run his fucking mouth too much. He's talking to somebody that he feels a part of his group, and he's on the phone not thinking that this phone could have wiretap on it, that they could be listening in. And he's talking about an event that happened with somebody who he has respect for. Yeah, man, you know. And the content analysis just shot the whole club up. That nigga crazy as fuck. He just not thinking. He's running his mouth, diarrhea the mouth. A lot of y'all got it. A lot of y'all YouTube niggas done snitched on some motherfuckers too, man. Y'all done went so far in investigating the matter and calling so much name, the police look and went and investigate that further and found it to be true. It's sad, bro, that you can find a way for yourself and legally make money and stick to some principles over your self-preservation and get caught up and go do the rest of your life in jail. When all you had to do is keep doing what you're doing, pay your taxes, and the hell with all that extra shit. If you ain't where I'm at, bro, stay back, man. I've been there already. I did that already. I don't want to do that again. I've been in prison already. I don't want to go back to prison. So I figured this out. I became a podcaster. It's paying me. I'm out of the way. And now somebody say something, what nigga, I'm a gangster. And now you go bust that gun. You go bring that gun. And you facing time. And that nigga that you went after. And this situation is a little different. He's not abiding by the same codes and principles that you're abiding by. So if you don't kill him, he's telling on you and you're going to jail. You taking all your little money and you going in the studio. I'm going to this, like my nephew, I'm going to the stew. I ain't know what the fuck the stew meant. I swear to God. I'm saying, what the fuck is this stew? They laughing. Man, the studio. You taking all your money you asked for going in the studio. This guy who's running the studio, he not out there shooting no guns. He not trying to do that. He's trying to protect himself so that you dumb motherfuckers come up in his studio and don't shut his shit down with all your bullshit antics. And you're paying him. And he's making money, man, $200 an hour, bro. You going in there for 4 hours. You done paid that man $800. When you leave, another one of y'all drug dealer types going up in there. And then you make it. And then you make it. And then you go right back to the corner with dudes who don't making it, think you somebody big, and you became a mark. You became a Vic for the Wolves. And that nigga ain't look out for me. I just heard that. Because you telling them all your business. You talk too much. You telling them how much you signed the contract for, how much your jewelry costs, how much your car costs, how much money you just gave your girlfriend, how much you just dropped on your baby, how much you just dropped on the house. And somebody's saying, man, I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them. Because you talk too much. You flash too much. And you think you're going to go right back on the block. No, bro. It's not really like that in the streets, bro. You street niggas who think unlike street niggas. You street niggas who go a different route and forget what the streets are really about and hold on to shit that everybody ain't holding on to. So Troy Ave said, fuck that. I'm not going to jail when this guy shot this guy. Fuck all that street principle shit, self-preservation, man. I'm gonna use my power. And my power to preserve myself is go in here and tell these fucking people what happened, get this year, complete my year sentence, and go on and live my life. And he go his ass on to jail, and it is what it is. And let me show you something. Rapper Troy Ave shot while going to visit family in Brooklyn. This happened after the Urban Plaza shit. So, you got a group that didn't even protect you, that didn't even hold you down, that was out the way while they shot you. And the street nigga shit. So I'm supposed to be a street nigga. And you come and you try to kill me while I'm in a car with my family, my girl. And you still want somebody to hold on to them principles you got, man. They want safety. They want security. Self-preservation, safety and security, then wealth. That's the life triangle. It goes a little more than that, but your bottom realm, your bottom tiers is self-preservation, security, and then wealth. My heart bleeds for Taxstone. You know, you found a way to get yourself out of situations like this. And you end up back in a situation like this. When you was doing really good. Legally. And you let them ignorant minds take you back. And now you're sitting where street people sit. Good thing you're not dead. But somebody did die in order for you to go where you're heading. And I know you're in that cell thinking about what you could have done different. Troy Ave ain't trying to go to no cell. Casanova in his cell already. Still talking. Still talking. He ain't learned to shut up yet. Still talking. Still talking. Got on a video with Two Surf. Two Surf. You're fighting your case. Still talking. Shutting up. Don't know how to shut up. Bury yourself further. Free who? Free yourself. Every time one of y'all get locked up, free my guys. Free your fucking self. You got yourself there. Nobody got you there. God bless y'all. Have a nice night. And know the power comes from you preserving yourself. You lose power when you focus on trying to make the principles successful.